What do you think is the best martial art to prepare you for street fighting? People often kind of have this discussion of jiu-jitsu, maybe boxing, maybe wrestling. Do you think when you talk about a young person studying martial arts to prepare themselves?
For a street fight, it's often much different than a mixed martial art fight. And I know there's a lot of BS in the world of martial art, like self-defense, stuff but I believe self-defense is very important in a way to understand the situation, to understand those situations that might occur, how to deal with it. Because not necessarily the we talk about the technicality, we talk about the tacticality, the tactics, Like when I'm talking to you about the element of surprise, it's important. This is not technique. A technique is a punch or techniques that I physically will use to enable my opponent, my aggressor. Tactic is the tactic I'm telling you about is in a street fight. If someone is looking for trouble and I feel the heat rising as the conversation goes, that's the position I'm going to take. And I have to be first. I cannot let him go first. So I have to strike first or do something. This is the first thing that generally and I have to agree on. After that, of course, there's the knowledge. If you're a professional fighter, you have a huge advantage. Once the fight is started, the war is declared. Now everything goes. But generally speaking, the person that will intervene physically, that will have the first blow or the first, the first punch, will have a huge advantage. It's like doing 100-meter race and having a head start,
And that you can't prepare for with any martial art.
Yeah, and if I'm a smart guy, I know how to fight. If a guy like an heavyweight champion comes to me, or like a, I know what to do to disable him, like boom, or here and or the neck, like, and if you blind him, what is he gonna do? You know what I mean? So or a bottle, you know what I mean? So the element of surprise it's everything. So that's why it's always good to be the nice guy and not looking for trouble, because if you're not looking for trouble, you have the head start. You have the option of having an head start.
So what you're saying is being a nice guy is the best form of self-defense. Maybe a little humor.
Yes,
too.
and how I have learned that? I've learned that when I was a kid.
Yeah.
I was about maybe 6 years old. We used to play in Montreal. There's a lot of snow. We used to play King of the Mountain.
Yeah.
That's the first combat lesson that I've learned in my life. And I managed somehow. It was a lot of kids. I managed to get on the top of the mountain, and another guy came in on the top of the mountain, and he was angry that before I was there before him. And when you play King of the Mountain, it was a mountain of snow. You don't strike each other. We just wrestle and push. And I managed to be first. And when he came, he says to me, okay, you wanna fight? And I said, yeah. I didn't know what it mean. Like, I want to fight, you want to wrestle? He said, I say, yes. He punched me right in the face. Boom. And then I fall on the bottom of the mountain. Then when I fall down, I remember that vision in my life, because it's I will remember that for the rest of my life. I'm about to stand up, and I see the blood coming out of my nose. I see the snow is red because my nose is bleeding. Now I remember the element of surprise is everything. My first street fight, I've lost it. I didn't get knocked out, but I got dropped on the bottom of the snow mountain. Yeah. And I was like, he got me because I was not expecting I was not expecting a punch. So from there, when I felt the heat during an argument or something was not right, I always stroke first. I didn't win all my fight because sometimes there were more than one guys on me, But I think it's important to not be the aggressor, so you have the element of surprise, and always use that in your favor.
That's so brilliant.